Hello, this is Tom, aka Gedeon here with the TSR court report, except it's not really technically a court report. But I figured we would just film from the courtroom since we're going to be right back here this week, more than likely. Today we are talking about what is going on with all this posting over at the Dungeon Hobby Shop, posting in memoriam for Jannell Jaquays. And which seems odd in light of other statements by Justin in the past. Does this mean that Justin has changed his ways on the LGBTQ community? Or is something else going on? Let's find out. First of all, let me just say thank you for watching the video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon and help me build the channel. Now, what is going on? So January 10th, the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum, which we know that even though this says Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum, because of the court order in the Wizards of the Coast case, all managers of any social media had to resign their position, and Justin had to take it over. So the presumption of the courts is this is Justin posting this. And so January 10th, Jannell Jaquays sadly passed away, and Justin posted a RIP, rest in peace, for Jannell Jaquays. And if you notice, now let me just point out some details here. The time and the date. This is January 10th at 11:42 a.m. That's going to become important in a minute. We see further down here that he posted this link for the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum store, and it's for the dedication stones that they were selling. And he's being questioned, what's going on here? And he's like, it's self-explanatory. And anyone who would give him money, particularly after the fact that the pre-sales on the his board game were never delivered to anyone who paid for the pre-sales. They've not been delivered. So as far as we know, he has pocketed the money. His own father did not receive a game. His own father invested the money in a pre-sale. So I would not be buying a dedication brick from him. So these are not the only posts that are happening on the Dungeon Hobby Shop. The 2 days ago, and that would be today, that would be the 20th. 2 days ago, they posted these links to Grognard, Nardia, Blogspot interviews of Paul Jaquays. That was Jannell's name, birth name. And she changed it later. Now, so you say, wow, Paul. So this is obviously an older video. These are obviously older interviews that were done. And they were posted, and Justin says, let us remember this artist, designer, creator in many posts during the month of January every year. Now, it sounds like he is being, let's remember this artist, does not name her. And he finds an old interview that lists her name as Paul. Now, she was very proud of her name, and she took a lot of pride in her name. And so this just kind of comes off as a little bit of a little slap in the face on Jannell. And you have to ask yourself, is it? Now, I think it is. And the reason why I think it is, it's intentional because of his past comments about trans and, homophobia, just nasty comments. Now, remember that date, January 10th, 11:42. I've come into possession of an anonymous email that was sent clearly from somebody in the TSR camp. We don't know who. We have theories, but we don't know who would have sent this email. We think we know who, but we certainly will say it's an anonymous, clearly a member of the TSR camp, because that's all they do. They're so brave. They hide behind an anonymous email and alts and fake accounts. So that's where the email comes from. I have blurred out identifying statements that would identify the person that received it, who provided it to me for their protection. And I have to warn you, trigger warning, it's quite rude. It's quite rude. But we're going to report on it because it's prescient. It impinges upon these posts that are being done by the Dungeon Hobby Shop. So here it is in all its glory. And anonymous up here, January 10th, and the time is 11:35, 7 minutes before the other post. And this was sent. Saw your post on the trans freak. Again, not my words. It's the words of the anonymous person from the Nu TSR camp, the trans freak. Obviously speaking, January 10th, Jannell Jaquays had passed away. Obviously speaking about her. When will it end with you? It was a he, not a she. You are so stupid, you can't even tell. Chicks with, I'm not going to say the word. Chicks with, from men. So go jump on the boohoo bandwagon. There is still some real companies out there that do not put up with that bull and stand by their principles. So real companies out there, the TSR is in bankruptcy. It's not a real company anymore. Now, that letter was sent to somebody who posted something nice in memoriam for Jannell Jaquays, taunting them. Very abusive letter. And then 7 minutes later, this is posted by the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. We can categorically say this was posted by Justin Lanasa. I explained that to you earlier. And it would seem that this is just nothing more than, the whole community is kind of grieving. The whole community is sending in memoriam statements, remembering Jannell, doing videos, so on and so forth. And what we get out of Nu TSR is a certainly insincere rip Jannell Jaquays, and then a crass attempt to profiteer upon her death. Somebody in that camp labeled a trans freak. Not my words, the email's words. And now again, we get this posting of these older interviews with Jannell's former name, Paul, and not even a statement to say it's an older interview. She went by Jannell. So this is intentional. This is an intentional insult here by putting these interviews with her name as Paul. And, he's acting as if, let's remember this artist, designer, creator, doesn't even name her, in many posts during the month of January every year. Some people actually have shame and boundaries in life.
My hypocrisy goes only so far.
But apparently, the crew over at Nu TSR, their boundaries, their hypocrisy knows no bounds. They will speak ill of the dead, then attempt to profiteer from her death, and then try to add insult with just post all month long. We're going to post all month long and not give her the name that she was proud of, but bring up the name that she left behind in her life. And I think, my opinion, I think that was intentional. think it was intentional just to spread hurt and divisiveness. It is certainly in line with the earlier posts that we saw from coming out of Nu TSR concerning the LGBTQ community. They were just not very nice. So this is Tom signing off for Tabletop Tap Room. Thanks for coming by and watching the video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon. Help me build the channel. And I will continue to do these TSR court reports. In fact, I need to be filming another one right away. Developments in a court case. So thank you and good night. Keep on gaming.